Hey guys, this is Connor from ThePlaceofMinecraft, and I'm here with Cypher17 today, and we'll be doing a Redstone tutorial. This one is going to be on the basics of basic properties of Redstone. Take it away.
Okay, well, the first thing we're going to be talking about is the length that redstone wire can be powered. So we've got two torches down here, and we've got two redstone wires laid out. So you'll notice right next to the torch, the redstone wire is really bright. It's a nice bright red. But as we travel down here, it becomes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Until we get to a length of, I think it's 15 blocks. Let me just count.
Or 16, thank you Tim for building a TNT house.
Yeah, 15 blocks. Definitely. Oh, okay. Ignore the TNT house. Yeah, 15 blocks. I'm definitely sure of that. So we've got a repeater set up here, just so you can see the difference. Basically, you just need to be aware of this. So when the current gets too weak, you got to place a repeater. The maximum distance would be on the 16th block, because then the wire is powered all the way up into the repeater. If you place it on the 17th block, if you want to come down, stop pushing me around.
As you see in this example here.
Yeah, in this example here. So you can see there's no particles coming off the wire. So you might find it hard to tell when the wire gets really dim whether it's powered or not powered, but just look for any particles that are coming off the wire, and that's how you can tell.
Now, as simple and basic as this is, a lot of the time you'll find your redstone circuitry may be failing because
Don't look at that sign, by the way. Don't look. I'm serious. Don't look at the sign.
Where's the sign? Oh, I'm not looking at the sign.
No, don't look at it. Okay,
yeah.
Next tutorial. Right, next bit. Over here. Come over here. Don't look at it.
So.
Okay, so here we have some diodes. Some people might say repeaters, whatever. It's all the same thing.
Mainly because a repeater acts as a number of things. It acts as the diode, extends the circuit. That's why he keeps calling it different things. It's crazy.
Yeah, proper. Oh, and yeah, so sorry, I should have made it absolutely clear over there. When you run out of redstone power, just pop a repeater down on the 16th block, which is, yeah, one of these little things with the arrow and the redstone torches sticking out. And that'll reset your range, so it like boosts the current. Like having another redstone torch there, sort of thing. Anyway, so another property of these repeaters or diodes is that by right-clicking on them, you change the distance between the two torches. So it'll start really close, and then that's position 1, and then the 4th position is at the furthest away, and then you got the positions in between.
I'll just do a quick demo here, right? As you can see, right-click, 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 right-click. Now, the delay that gives is measured in things called ticks, but that's not overly important right now. So
yeah, basically setting it to 4, the 4th position, that's the maximum number of ticks you're going to get from the one repeater. But the easiest way to demonstrate this is just to watch. So, see Monday, if you have a look at those pistons over there, I'm going to flick this lever, and so you see the diodes will delay the circuit on this side, but on the other side, the lever will just go straight into the piston without any delay. So fix your eyes over there, and I'm pressing the lever now.
Now, just do that again, just so they can clearly see what happens.
Alright, I'll flick it the other way.
Notice the right track, of course. The right circuit should take longer. Oh, and it also works in reverse, so I'll do that again. See?
Not only do the diodes take time to power up, as it were, they also store the power for a little while. So when I go the other way, it'll be the left-hand one which goes down first, the one without the diodes. And it's the right-hand one, because the diodes, obviously they took some time to charge up, but now they're storing the power, and they won't react immediately. So the right-hand piston will go down a little slower.
Now, I'm just going to add something. I don't know if it's entirely correct, but I think it's roughly two pistons, two repeaters like this set on their max delay, I think is equal to a 1 second delay. Now we could try and test it and count it, I suppose, but
No, this just use it as a rough guide. It's a rough guide. So, you know, if you want to measure delay for some thing, like you stand on a pressure plate and then a certain number of seconds later something happens, yeah, that's roughly it. So anyway,
Right.
let's head over to the purple rectangle thingy.
Now, this here is just to show you how blocks can affect the power of redstone and how things are powered. So, as you can see here, we basically just got one trail of redstone which splits into two, and all we're going to demonstrate is that if you put a block right here, it blocks off the redstone and it basically powers it off because it's not connected to anything. So, yeah, I'm going to let Tom explain this a little more because I clogged it up.
If you fix the camera on those two pistons over there, and if you can see this block as well, that'd be good.
Gotcha.
So the way I like to imagine it is, it's like the edge of the block is cutting the wire. So when the block's not there, the wire spreads nice and smoothly down the side of the block, and then it'll continue on its way over to this piston. But just when you place that block there, it just puts something in the path of the wire. You're like cutting the wire, falls down to earth, and there's no longer a connection, so the current isn't passed through. It's as simple as that.
But this is very useful to stop your redstone circuits getting in each other's way, which can happen in very confined spaces.
So if you're building something complex and, you know, all these redstone wires are getting close to each other and you don't want things to overlap, just remember this little trick here. You can stop them overlapping by placing a block just like that. Anyway, over to the yellow rectangle.
So just you want to explain to them what we're going to be showing them here.
Okay, so we're showing a little bit more in depth about powered blocks. So there are a few ways you can power blocks. We've got two ways set up here. We've got one way here, so we've got a lever sends power into this NOT gate here, which you'll probably remember from the other tutorials if you've watched them. And then the torch, it powers the block directly above it. And see how we've got some redstone lying across here? The block is powered, so then the power is transferred to this redstone. And you can see, if I flick the switch, the torch underneath goes off, so the block is not powered, so the redstone on top's not powered, and the piston has closed.
Yes, that's
pretty much it. So over here, we've got another little thing set up. So if you have a repeater that points with the arrow directly into a block, then you can use that for transferring power through the block and on its way into some redstone on the other side. But as you can see here, I've got the redstone pointing directly into the block. And although it sort of counts as powered when you're doing things like NOT gates, like I mentioned, so the NOT gate is functional when we put a torch on top, but it won't transfer the power through to the other side of the block. It's kind of like it's a different level of redstone power. There's not enough power unless you use a diode or a repeater, same thing, to push the current all the way through the block.
Using repeaters like this is it's very useful, especially when it comes to using piston logic gates, and it's just very useful for other things that later on we'll show you. So I think we've explained most of what we need to for just the simple basics of, you know, redstone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.